Good afternoon. Welcome to Hardin Life Live. I don't know which part of the country you're in, but we are the Hardins, and we are a counseling group, a family of both therapists and coaches. And we'd love to take 10 minutes and hopefully give you some meaningful tips about how to live your life. We offer uniquely a therapeutic and a biblical perspective. And this month, we have been enjoying the thought of how to better your relationships. So the last one here, I really have the topic. And it came out of a workshop that Audrey and I recently led. And it was with the idea of, why do I lie in relationships? And no one wants to say I lie every day. But if I really get honest, I have lied every day in my relationships for the craziest of reasons. Because I'm anticipating what I think that if the other person heard, it would make them happier, or it wouldn't make them angry, that it would help calm them. And I know that came out of my childhood. And it took me a while to break it. Do y'all think I'm far off, or do you see where I'm coming from?
Well, I think we had this conversation the other day that the only real integral person in our family is Abigail.
Yes.
And she's very high integrity and tells the truth when it's hard, tells the truth when it gets her in trouble, tells the truth when it makes her maybe look bad, but she's going to tell the truth, and it's really amazing. But we were diving in and just thinking, we all lie for different reasons.
The three of us.
Three of us.
This is such a tell-all here.
I know,
we're
coming clean. It's an AA meeting. We're just getting honest. But I think for me, I lie because I'm afraid of losing connection. If this person really knew that I maybe overshared something about them with someone else in hopes of making that other person feel better about them, still that wasn't my news to share, and so I may, I didn't say that, or I will fudge the truth. I will lie.
The Rahab lie?
The Rahab lie, no, not quite. But
not even that legitimate.
I wish it would be, but I'm afraid of losing connection with my friend. And I remember doing this in childhood, of just afraid of telling the truth, and afraid of that if my parents knew that I wasn't perfect, if they knew that I screwed up, that I would risk losing their love. And I think that's a big one for all of us. We're afraid of losing that connection that we desperately all need, whether we admit it or not.
Well, there's no doubt that lying is a symptom of fear.
That was me.
What do we fear? What are we really afraid of? Afraid of complete rejection? Yeah. Afraid of annihilation, alienation from the relationship? Or is it just simply afraid of being rejected and being found out? Somehow we're going to be found out that we're less than who we want to be, or who we think others need us to be or asking us to be. And, it takes a lot of courage just to be honest with, I am who I am. I'm not any more, and certainly not any less.
Well, I remember.
Wait, pause.
Okay.
What is it for you, Dad? Why do you lie?
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm afraid of the pain that it'll cause in the relationship. And I tell myself that I may be fudging on the truth because I don't want to hurt somebody else. But that's a lie in and of itself. It's not about hurting somebody else. I don't want to suffer the consequences of my own disappointment or failure in a relationship.
Yeah.
Well, I was just gripped, even what you were saying, hon, is that lying started in the garden, okay? Like Adam couldn't own that he had fallen short. So he went to blame, I didn't do that, that was her, kind of thing. Nobody wants to sort of be the brunt of it. And then I think of, Sarah, not Sarah, which mother was it that got her son Jacob to put and Esau, pretend you're something else to get what you want, to sort of manipulate people. And I think maybe even what you're saying, it's in relationships, I'm using it to manipulate. My own thing is definitely fear-based. And I didn't want to own things that I thought would invite people to think less of me, versus taking the risk to go, this is all I am. I do have selfish thoughts. I do have wrong motivations. And yet, I don't want to, but I'm hoping you could accept me in the process. And I know even that kind of level of honesty is risky. But I do believe Scripture is telling us, it knows it's risky, but it says it's critical. When it says, speak the truth in love for not only the healthy individual working of you, but it actually helps another become healthy so that we all grow each other.
Well, and it requires that we believe that the truth will truly set us free. And what we believe is the way we will act. And if we don't believe that the truth will really protect us and is our best friend, then we will seek to provide what we believe to be the best protector. And sometimes in our craziness, we believe that the best protector is a lie. And it's just craziness.
Well, I think that's where we see different churches too, emphasizing, definitely in relationships, but even churches, even in society, we can think love is the greatest way to maintain connection, is just love. But Scripture clearly says, speak the truth in love. And the truth is loving. And so often I'm trying to spare my friends or people in my life from the truth because I want them to feel loved, or I want to feel loved by them. And I think that we need both. Both are critical to love. Truth is loving. And I think that so often we can just get those, we can choose one or the other, and we get off track.
It does take a lot of courage. And even this past year, even at my age, I've really started to go, catch yourself. And I think part of my childhood, growing up in some addiction-based things, I was always trying to keep everyone happy because that kept me safe. And I had to take the risk, even in this season in life, of it not being the popular answer to tell the truth. But with the hope, sort of what you're saying, hon, that truth would be my protector. It's like, I did that, and I'm sorry that hurt you, versus making excuses or minimizing or literally bald-faced lying and saying, no, I didn't do that.
Well, deep connection can only be laid on a deep and lasting connection can only be laid on the foundation of truth. And I love your example about Johnny. Can you tell your example about Johnny?
Well, little Johnny's got chocolate all over his face, and Daddy says, Johnny, you been into Mama's chocolate? And little Johnny goes, no, I've not been into Mommy's chocolate. And it's written all over his face, literally. And oftentimes we are like little Johnny. In fact, I often think of a man in a counseling room is like little Johnny. It's like, all right, so Bubba, tell me what's going on. And Bubba says, nothing's going on. And he is literally like little Johnny who's been into Mama's chocolate. It's very hard for us to be open and honest and courageously truth-telling.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Well, and in our relationships, it happens, and even in our own life, we can inhibit our own growth by not admitting we ate the chocolate. We ate the chocolate. And when you admit you eat the chocolate, not only is that going to create safety in the relationship for you, but it's going to inspire you to grow, to get honest, and then experience acceptance from the other person when you do just take ownership.
And I think I'd close with this this week. Scripture clearly says, when you know the truth, you live in the truth, you speak the truth, it truly is your door to freedom. Freedom to be you, freedom to be accepted, freedom to love. And gang, we need freedom in our lives. So try it this week. Try a little honesty and see where it